Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We are here with Luca Benuzzi and Lorenzo Muselli. That will show you the list that came that they bring to the European Championship. How was the tournament?
Yes, hi guys, welcome back. So we are here to show you the list with which we went into the tournament, and Lorenzo also did second place in Swiss. Fortunately, he stopped in
Top 64.
top 64, losing to a site.
In two split.
We will go through the list. So
Yes.
our version is a control Tearlament version,
Yes.
and we will explain you our choice and the way we decided to play going into the tournament. So we played three of each of the four names.
Yes.
For consistency reasons, it's pretty self-explanatory. And Lorenzo will explain you how we played with this card.
So 12 Tearlaments because we want to mill them, and for this and Abnis. So we can say that game one we didn't do never Abnis. So we do never Abnis.
Except your end is, if your end is terrible.
Because game one, if you show Abnis to your opponent and plays Tearlaments, he just do Dweller.
Yes.
And goes under talent. So
Yes.
game one was you never do this.
You rarely make it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also because if the opponent ends on Toad and stuff with Sprite or Redoer with Tearlaments, you just have the chance to activate it in your turn without going under bad cards of the opponent.
Yes.
And then we played the Poly Package and the Marimar. So this is pretty self-explanatory. We played just two in order not to brick on it for the version that we are bringing, and this is because we wanted an extender that was versatile in the graveyard because it's an aqua monster, and so you can fuse and make Kitkalos with it, and also you can use it as a super poly target
and it's a starter.
Right. So this is also pretty self-explanatory.
Yes.
It makes Winda, and if you break it makes upstart, but I never use it as an upstart. I don't know if you used it, but I don't think so. Very much sided out when you are going second. Of course, the deck goes first, and it plays the best cards in the game, which are field spells. So this is pretty self-explanatory, and also this is pretty self-explanatory. We played just two mines because it's mandatory to play two by playing set rotation. It's the strongest card in the game at the moment, and you have to play it. You have to steal games with this card. And when the people popped out the smashers on the Per Rhino, you just go into mine and deck them out, especially at game one.
Yes.
This is also an auto to Mystic Mine, but it's not so reliable. Also because for consistency we were playing double Pot of Desires. And so we will show you later that we have another big out to Mystic Mine that people do not expect. And a very proactive card too. This is of course, as I said, for consistency. And we didn't like Antwerps going into the format. We think that the best solution was to cure and not to stop the opponent in its turn. And of course, these cards are pretty much self-explanatory. Especially super polymerization is good in Tearlaments rather than in Splight, because you can super poly there totally awesome just by normal summoning a monster and going straight into battle phase. Because you fuse it and make your Kitkalos and then kill their elf that cannot activate the effect. One-offs, polymerization, again, it makes Chimera, best card going second by far. This is okay, we know it.
Best card of the deck.
This also, please put it to 0 or to 3.
Yes.
This is an extender, okay, and it's there for the same reason of Mare, and sometimes it's just Upstart Goblin with
the
Bestia.
Shadow Beast.
And then we had the two spells that we put in. One is Monster Reborn. So by testing, we saw that the deck was pretty much consistent in this version. We never bricked.
Yes.
And so we realized that we could cut one engine card like Reinforcement of the Army in order to be a little bit greedier when we were going second. And especially this card is amazing in the grind game. It can bring back the Kaleido art or just a big monster of the opponent while you are at the grind game is fundamental.
Yes.
Offerings to the Doom. So this is the deck
explain
card
this.
of the weekend, and this was one of the best cards in the
Yes.
deck by far. So this card is the best out that you can play to Mystic Mine, because people, every person can run Mystic Mine as a three-off and just steal your game, especially if you play Tearlaments.
Because you don't put negation on the field.
Yes.
Yes.
First, you don't put negation, and secondly, people play Galaxy Cyclone. But we think that Galaxy Cyclone is pretty bad because there are many ways to out it.
Yeah, it's not
And
unexpected.
It's not only about the bit cop, but just if somebody plays
Diddy Crow.
a Diddy
Yes.
Crow, it can be out, and he plays 3 Diddy Crows, and you play just one Cyclone, and you have to mill it.
So we played 2 out to mine that were these 2. Since we don't play danger, the turn 0 we don't mill a lot of cards, just 5 to 8 cards. So is a low percentage to mill all the 2 outs.
Yes.
And we decided to play these 2 outs because are the safest ones.
The safest one. Okay.
Yes, also they are. This is very unexpected, and it's also very good
Okay.
in other type of plays.
Yes.
So
And for
then
trap.
we have Salic.
Yes.
We didn't play any meta noise stuff. It
Yeah.
goes below Ash. It bricks.
Yes.
When you mill it, it's bad.
Yes.
So this is a pretty good card.
It's the best one.
Also because you can do it every turn because it's continuous, and
Yes.
then
And then
continuous
the best
traps,
card
best
of the
continuous
deck.
trap in the game, most
Yes.
controlling thing in the world. This is
Kid Rain.
amazing against rogue decks and against Sprite. It's a very good card. Overall, it wins and steals so many games. It combos with
Yes.
Dark Ruler and mine, and we will play it every time in this
The
type
best
of
card of-
version of
Going
the
7
game.
against Sprite, you just go into
Super
Chimera
Poly,
or Kaleido, put
Yes.
then destroy their field,
And
set
that's
this, flip this, and you win. So
Yeah.
So interesting choice for the main deck.
Yes, and then we
41
move
cards.
straight
41
to
cards.
the extra deck. So 2 Kit Kalos and 1 Kaleido.
standard.
Yes.
Pretty standard. Of course, because we play this control version, we need to make 2 of them many
Yes.
times. Winda for the lock.
Yes.
Kaliga for the lock in the opponent's turn, and it's a very good XYZ material many times.
Because it's
You can do
helpful.
it in your opponent's turn and then overlay on it.
Yes.
This is because super poly target and just one of the best fusion in the game. This same reasoning of Kit Kalos you need to many times also by playing super poly. Very good and clutch.
In this version is fundamental, the second one. So
Yeah.
in this version in this control version 2 is staple.
And best fusion.
Yeah,
in
the
the
Guardian
game.
Chimera, so
Okay, so 9 fusions, and then we played 3 XYZ monsters, 1
Yes.
and 2, pretty staple, and Baguska. So basically the plan was to go to Tintif in a standard opening, Baguska in a weak opening, and Dueller if you felt safe with a skill drain or with a Winda. Also because this doesn't go under Dark Ruler.
Yes.
You just straight up steal a mirror match, and even if it is not a mirror match and you have other stuff set, it's pretty good, especially blind going blind first at game 1. And then Link monsters. This is best
Standard.
Link 2, and her sister, the water one. It doesn't come up the first turn, but it's the best option in the grind game. You take the Toad to Splite and you take the Reino art in the mirror
It's
match.
pretty good.
Pretty good card. And then we decided to play this instead of access code.
Why this card?
Yes, so basically we were thinking that access code many times was a bit weak, and this card straight up wins the mirror matches because the only out that they might play is the Dark Ruler, but most of the times the main Tearlament versions they mill 20-25
Yes,
cards and
lot of
banish them
cards.
off snow. You just make this, you make it 14
45.
45 attack
with the boost.
with the boost, and nothing can go over it. And also if they happen to have Dark Ruler, they have to have Dark Ruler plus the way to make an out to this, because when they play Dugares they lose the battle.
Yes.
Yes.
They
Also-
lose the main phase one
Also,
many times.
if you, we know that the people play Goddess, but if you destroy their field and you put this, he has to make 3 monster and then you summon Goddess to just out this. So it was pretty good because it's not only the effect to gain, but also the effect to banish one. So
Yeah.
was pretty good. I would play again.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's unexpected. Side deck, so basically Dueller kills the deck, so we don't want to get killed by Dueller, and we played this.
Gamma advantage.
So basically, once you out the opponent Dueller, either by battle or by Gamma, and you are able to make your play and maybe go into your Dueller,
Yeah.
it's okay. This is very, very good. It's very good also because it pops the opponent floodgate after dealing with one of its
It's
monsters.
pretty much generic card, so we have to.
Yes,
play.
Yes.
I think everybody in the top cut was playing this
Yes.
card practically. Also, everybody in the top cut was playing
Yeah.
a way to win at
It's
turns.
time.
I mean, it has the guns, so that's what it does. It's a problem, the time rule, but
Yes.
you have to deal with it in 12
We have
turns.
to play one card at least to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Duster, pretty much
Yeah, for
self-explanatory.
the back row
And
decks.
then back row 8 and
match.
mirror match 8, evenly matched. So basically we wanted to go second in mirror match because people were siding 9 to 12 cards many times in the mirror match, and they would brick on it. The deck is pretty good at going second, and so we went for going second side, and the people were not playing for sure barriers when you could
Yes.
risk of being skill drained by us.
Yes.
And so you just straight up either evenly and set up or blow them and OTK them. And then for going first
Yeah,
cards,
the virus.
Virus. So the reason why we played Virus is that many decks like Flanderies, Salamangreat, Sprite, Autolose to discard.
Obviously,
and
you don't do it in standby phase blind, but
Yeah,
you
it's not
you
correct to
wait
do standby.
starter, you wait silent mining, then do this. So
yes, because usually you make these, but also you play around super polymerization
Yes,
if
yes.
possible. If you cannot play around super polymerization, then you might think of doing it before the
Yes.
before the time being. But
What
usually
also
do
it is an out
this
to
way.
mine.
Yes.
Happened to me game 3 against Sprite. I open this, he mined me, and then I go super poly, goes Predaplant, then this I out mine, out all the monster,
And then you OTK.
yes.
Yes, and so this is the only out that people
standard.
can play to this many times, and this is the
Standard.
best card to play in the side
Yes.
deck. It should be in practically every side
Yes.
deck, I believe.
Yes.
And also we were siding it going first because we were afraid of evenly matched and other bad cards. So this is pretty good option. And then we played this because we wanted to have more outs. To blow out cards like evenly matched,
Yes.
and this also outs Lightning Storm,
Yes.
that is pretty strong against the deck.
It's
And
a searchable counter trap.
and
So.
yes, and people don't know what this card does, but
It's a
basically
free negation.
it's a free negation that you discard a monster from your hand and you just negate while you control a Tearlament monster.
So it's
So
very good.
basically this was the deck.
Yeah. Thanks
Uh,
for the profile, for the explanation. Anything
you.
you want to say?
So shoutouts, I believe.
Any shoutouts?
Lorenzo, if you want to shout out.
I shout out Andrea Ronchi, Germano, Luca, Andrea, con la quale
We made the
we
list.
made the list.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
11
So
one,
also the
was
people at home and the Italian people at the
Yes.
See you at the next event.
and
Bye bye.
do better the next event.
Yeah.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye bye.